Metro Rapid is on the move. Roll up to community meetings and weigh in on travel improvement plans. Going green means more jobs and federal money to train Metro mechanics. Living on the street for more than a decade, he now has housing and food in the fridge thanks to MPD. The chief takes a shot for charity at a Rockets game. Plus, a puppy left on a Metro Rail train is stealing hearts and finding a family. Hi, I'm Doug Deloney, and this is Metro Matters. Excitement's building over many Metro Next projects, including new Metro Rapid lines. That's the bus service that runs like rail, and we're listening to you to stay on track. The Metro Rapid University Corridor project represents 25.3 miles of accessible service in some of the region's busiest streets, stretching through residential, business, and education centers, including major universities. Metro has been actively working with the community since 2021 on its development, hosting multiple public meetings along each segment.
I think any system that encourages people to use their car less and engage with society more is just a good thing.
If there was a line that could take me relatively from my work, from my home to my work, I would ride that all the time.
I do think that we should listen to residents, their concerns about displacement, ensuring that people who live here and the businesses and their livelihoods are not negatively impacted.
Knowing that the new system is going to have shorter wait times and this nice new station next to me is exciting, so I want to learn more about it.
It's the connections between Chinatown all the way to downtown. You're bringing so many opportunities together.
I live on West Park and on Newcastle. It's more than just a bus route. It's a lot about beautification of the roads and the neighborhoods, like adding proper sidewalks and adding trees.
Again, we need to continue to hear from you. For updates and future meetings, both face-to-face and virtual, check ridemetro.org. We sure hope to see you at one or more of these meetings and hear your thoughts. A delegation from Washington, D.C. got a chance to see all those amazing art murals as it arrived at the Kashmir Bus Operating Facility. The reason for the trip? Money for more jobs being created as part of Metro's Climate Action Plan. By 2030, Metro will only buy zero-emissions buses, and that's creating some electrifying opportunities. Metro Board Chair Sanjay Rambadran, Transport Workers Union Local 260 President Horace Marves, and leaders from the Texas Gulf Coast Area Labor Federation, AFL-CIO, welcomed U.S. Labor Secretary Marty Walsh and Deputy Secretary Julie Su. They were talking about Metro receiving more than $1 million in federal funding to hire new mechanics and train existing ones to work on electric buses. 40 new zero-emissions buses are already being added to Metro's fleet. The delegation got a tour of the first to arrive.
We want to support people who want a good job, a decent paying job for them and their family, with health care and pension and the opportunity to live with dignity.
Union apprenticeships will last 10 months. Participants will earn while they learn. Following training, they move into a mentorship program. A reminder, Metro is always hiring across all departments with financial incentives for some positions, up to $4,000 for bus operators and up to $8,000 for mechanics.
I found out about Metro through technical school. I applied to get some experience as a diesel mechanic. I think it's a good place to learn. You got a good opportunities to move up.
I've been with Metro 4 years. Just made 4 years in October. Whatever they need help with, they could call me and I would do it. From radiators, brakes, roll calls, tire change. With me having mechanical background before, it was a little bit easier. But they always have different trainings for different stuff, so you could always be a little bit more knowledgeable. If you ask questions about certain things, they're willing to help you. It's a steady job. You will always have a job. Whether you want to be a mechanic, a bus driver, or a supervisor, there's room for improvement.
One of Metro's most popular bus routes is getting a boost from U.S. Representative Lizzie Fletcher. The Congresswoman helped secure $5 million in federal funding for enhancements along the 82 Westheimer. It'll be used for things like improving stops, lighting bus shelters, and making boarding easier. The 19-mile corridor has the highest ridership of any local bus route. A new Metro service is cutting commute times to and from Lone Star College's Houston North Fallbrook campus. Metro's Chelsea Trahan was there as it launched.
Doug, the student who started all this is impressed by how quickly this all happened. The Lone Star Connector runs 6.5 miles near this campus, but this service is open to the community and makes it easier to connect to other destinations.
You have to walk down the long street, and then right at the red light, you got to make that right.
Former Student Government Association President Estavius Shepard walked 30 minutes from his Metro bus stop to get to the Lone Star College Houston North Fallbrook location.
A student was walking there every day from the 85.
Shepard used his position to advocate for more Metro service for his classmates and the greater community.
If we can get them here, we know that we can make them, we can at least give them the opportunity to be successful.
In January, the authority launched the Lone Star Connector, a pilot project bridging a gap in Metro's network.
This is part of Metro's commitment to listen to the community when you all had a need and to come back with options and solutions.
The Lone Star Connector not only has a stop at the Fallbrook campus, but also drops passengers off near Walmart and Fallbrook Church. The connector expands access to Metro's broader network, including several local bus routes, the 85, 86, and 96, park and rides, transit centers, and destinations like Willowbrook Mall and downtown Houston.
We hope this is the beginning of the connector service, which will then grow so you can access more and more of the services that Metro offers.
Shepard is pleased with this service and looking forward to hopping on the connector himself.
It was unbelievable. I was really excited. The plan came into use, so it was really awesome.
You can take a ride on the Lone Star Connector Monday through Saturday from 7:30 in the morning to 7:30 in the evening. Find out more information on our website at ridemetro.org.
Thanks, Chelsea. You know, driving less often means doing more. Here's one man's commute solution to never missing the medical care he needs.
I started riding Metro in December of 2018. I drive from my apartment to the Kingwood Park and Ride, and I take the Metro bus from the Kingwood Park and Ride to downtown Houston. And I take the train to the Houston Medical District, and from there I walk to the hospital I need to go to. I drive a vehicle that uses a lot of fuel, and the Metro system allows me to travel without being so costly. Houston traffic can be very challenging, especially in the morning time. I'm able to relax and prepare myself for my medical appointments and let someone else, the driver, deal with all the different traffic stuff. My cost of travel would probably double what I'm paying right now. If it wasn't for Metro, I would probably be neglecting some of my medical care. I just am very appreciative to the Metro. 99% of the bus drivers that I've dealt with since 2018 have been very respectful, very considerate, and they just make you feel like you're not a burden to them.
Metro's always ready to rodeo. We hope you had a chance to stop by our booth at NRG, but if not, here's a look at some of the fun.
Ride, easy in, one stop. We parked actually at a cash lot last year. A lot of extra walking. With little ones, it can be difficult. So for us, this is just the way to go.
Just right, exit right here, so it's really quick. And the parking is easy.
Brings you right here, and when you're done, you go back. You don't have to worry about all these people parking up here.
It was really easy and fast. We didn't have to wait very long, and I think it's fun to ride the train.
Metro Rail is
As usual, MPD was out in force, making sure the rodeo was a fun and safe event for everyone. Use our MPD Connect app to reach police or dial pound MPD on your cell phone. That's pound 673. Their mission is to make a difference, and our next story shows the impact that it's had on one man's life.
Oh, I was homeless on the streets. I was sitting at the bus stop and they just pulled up and I said, oh, what's going on? I thought, hey, they was gonna tell me, you can't just sit at this bus stop all day or, you have to get on the bus.
I'm a police officer that's currently on the CARE unit team. The CARE unit is a homeless outreach team, stands for Crisis, Assessment, Response, and Engagement.
Every other day they'll pop up, and hey, I was just saying to myself, hey, these people here, this is a CARE unit. I looked at the card. When I first seen them, I said, oh, it's Metro Police,
We're looking for anyone that's along the Metro Transit lines that may be in need of anything, ranging from IDs all the way up to receiving the housing list. It's not really about targeting people, but it's get out there, creating engagement.
They did a lot of work for me.
He has a fully furnished apartment for utilities. We did partner up with Salvation Army, and through Salvation Army was his case manager. And then we work with the Homeless Coalition of Houston.
They're gonna help me get my Social Security card and some identification, and I got a hoodie and some pants and some belts and a roof over my head.
This is a full team effort.
They were for real. They really do help people out.
MPD Chief Vera Bumpers got a chance to meet 50 Cent at a recent Houston Rockets game. She was there to take a shot for charity.
And the first woman to be promoted at every single rank. Give it up for Prairie View A&M graduate, Chief Vera Bumpers. Chief Bumpers will be taking a shot tonight for a chance to win $5,000 for the Class City Foundation. Chief Bumpers, when you're ready, take the first shot.
Yep, almost made it. Even though she didn't, the Rockets still donated $1,000 to charity for her. We hope you'll connect with us on our English and Spanish language Facebook pages. We also have Twitter and Instagram. And if you need help from customer service, that number is 713-635-4000. We find a lot of things on our vehicles that go to our lost and found department, but one recent find has resulted in a big case of puppy love.
Last Thursday, it was brought to my attention that a puppy was left in a box on the Metro train. Employees that work for Metro know me and that my affiliations with Cuddle Buddies Rescue, so they contacted me and that's how I was brought into it.
I called the vet, told them what was going on. They said, yes, come on, bring him up here.
We discovered that the puppy was malnutritioned, dehydrated, had lots of worms.
We try to find names that are distinctive so that we remember, oh, this is Metro. He was found on the train. He's eating, doing all the puppy things he's supposed to do. He's doing great.
There's never enough nice things or good things to say about Metro employees. They are always there when there's a situation needing their attention or help.
I'm just grateful that he was found in the domino effect. Everything just falls right into place and it works out.
Puppy love indeed. Take care, everyone, and we hope to see you on board.